Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your host and game master, and I am joined by three stellar players. Zach Brass.
Hello.
Dom Brass.
Hi.
And Nate Brass.
Hello everyone, it is me, I am Cypher.
And I am played by me, Nate. Hello, everyone.
For all those who were wondering.
Oh, man.
That is my voice, and this is a game of Scum and Villainy. I have the same last name as two of the other people you may have noticed in the other 5 episodes.
Don't tell everyone that. God.
Well, no, it's spelled a little differently, though. Each of them has a different number of S's.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Scum and Villainy, a Forged in the Dark game published by Evil Hat Productions. Guys, we are on episode 6 of this podcast. Lucky number 6, as everyone says. How are y'all feeling about it?
Personally, I never really considered 6 to be my lucky number.
Thank you.
But it's fine. You're right, because this is actually lucky number 7, because episode 0 counts.
Nope,
No,
episode
that's
0.
wrong. It's 0. It's
Yeah,
their
no,
number.
I'm sorry to disagree with you, Zach. That's crazy.
No, it's the 7th episode. It's
No.
the 6th episode.
No.
It's
episode
the
6,
episode.
though.
It's nebulous.
Okay, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. There are 7 files on my computer, 8 if you include the one mess-up file, and I'm gonna say 7 because that one...
This friggin' guy. Oh, I have 7 files on my computer. I'm deleting files as we speak. There's so many files. I have no space on my computer.
Well, I deleted a whole bunch of the pre-season stuff, the Malevolence and the Pathfinder
I
stuff.
feel quite betrayed, to be honest. Last episode started off, you casually said, oh, like, what is the saying you say, greatest pilot in the galaxy, trademarked, and then you serve me with some punk from this planet. What is this? You've betrayed me.
Hold on.
He didn't even know what the saying was before he wrote the story.
Well, here's the thing. I thank you for giving me so much credit, Nate. Yes, I am a good game master, which is why I've emotionally affected you so much with that end of last week's episode. But before we get into that, I wanted to check in on how we think we're doing. I mean, obviously I'm doing great because, like Nate just said, he was so emotionally affected. But Nate, what do you think the worst part of this podcast has been so far, and why is it Dom?
What?
I don't think he's really committed to Gorpheus's addictions hard enough.
Yeah, it felt like, I mean, if he was really committed, he would have overindulged in his vice last episode like you and Zach did.
I did!
That's mostly what I'm saying, yeah.
I think if he was really committed, he would have went and got an 8-ball from the dealer down the street.
Oh my god. I took the vice action twice, and this is what I get? I'm like, just because I didn't lose money or freaking get people wanting to kill us. I'm sorry. I really screwed the pooch
We don't
here, guys.
know anybody wants to kill us yet.
Yeah, and I didn't lose money. We just owe people money.
You're bad crewmates.
Okay, Dom, if you're not the worst part of this podcast, hypothetically, then what is? What Yeah, what's the worst part of our podcast?
It's definitely Nate. He's insane. He's a crazy person. I can't work with this man.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I think I've pulled together every heist and really
carried the team.
carried the team, yeah, honestly. In our whole one heist.
I don't know about that. Crash was pretty influential. Don't get me wrong. There was some important contributions from other members of the party, but I don't know. It's clear who the leader of that crew is.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, that's literally the point of your character. He's the leader of the crew.
I mean, just because you're the captain doesn't it's like, you know, it doesn't mean you were the most influential MVP of the squad, you know? And it's okay not to go home with the ball. And this time Crash didn't, but like next time, you know, maybe. But Cypher, you know he's going to go hard in the paint every time. And Gorpheus, I mean, is he going to show up? We don't know yet.
Pause that thought for 1 minute, Nate, because I would just like to ask you, what do you think going hard in the paint means?
I think he means getting the dub with no question. No question, you know?
Oh man, I'm feeling a little old for this conversation.
What does the paint refer to in that? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I think I started with a basketball metaphor because our party size is small, like a basketball team compared to like a larger sport.
Okay, I just genuinely wasn't sure if you knew that was like a basketball reference or not.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my god, you guys are I'm so lost. I got progressively more confused as the conversation went on.
I was like about to be like, we all know that like Cypher is LeBron or something, then I just like I pulled back.
Yeah, you would have lost me there.
Yeah, well, you know, that's fine. We'll see.
Because episode 6, the LeBron James number, when he was in Miami and post-bubble LA. Anyway, you guys don't get that reference.
But of course.
So, whatever. You guys can make stupid soccer or anime jokes and I won't get them.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, we're gonna take advantage of that.
We're so friggin' cool. What a nerd. He likes sports. Dork.
Anyway, you guys want to play some Scum and Villainy?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
You got me down on that episode number 6 thing. I'm feeling unlucky.
I'm feeling pretty lucky, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is all right.
We just got served and lost a bunch of money.
Yeah, Cypher just got served. We're fine.
Yeah, and what worse can happen?
Welcome to the Procyon sector! After a successful job, our bounty hunting heroes were able to spend some hard-won downtime on the ocean planet Mem. Yet this time of rest and relaxation may have been more than they bargained for. After paying exterminators to deal with a grub infestation and falling into debt with the strange Sylvester, Crash, Cypher, and Gorpheus are in desperate need of creds. But before they had the chance to find gainful employment, a knock on their door delivered a cease and desist to Cypher from their old rival Choss. What could this possibly mean for the future of the crew of the Phoenix 13? So I would like to pick up this week more or less where we left off. I imagine in like the cramped little kitchen that you guys have on the Phoenix 13, there's like a single round table that you don't even have chairs around. You just have like crates and barrels and other pieces of junk that you sit on. Crash is probably like up sitting on the one little square of kitchen counter that you have. You're gathered around and you're looking over these documents that Cypher has been given. Cypher, you have received a legal notice, a cease and desist from Choss. Oh, you have a history with Choss. And he's saying in these documents that if you don't immediately stop referring to yourself as the greatest pilot in the galaxy, he's going to sue you for everything you're worth and more. We're talking like 100 creds.
This is ridiculous. I have the pattern. I must look.
Cypher goes and just like is researching like on the computer, and it's just like,
What? This is ridiculous. I have. No. Oh, I tried to get the patent too soon. After. Oh, the trademark. It flipped. Captain, this is very bad. I must go to war with this man.
Go to war?
This is a racist pilot from the circuits. He's a trash guy, and he used to have the trademark greatest pilot in the galaxy, but he does not anymore. And I just told a bunch of people that I am, Cypher greatest pilot in the galaxy. My name here is kind of growing up some steam, and now I have this cease and desist. So we must go to war. We must defeat him. No.
Cypher, I've been to war. It's not cool. It's not as groovy as you think. It's not just like the movies, man. It sucks.
I don't know if you're talking about planetary war. Like, we're not doing that. It's just,
Oh, you mean just like kill?
It's kind of like in the business mafia, kind of like we gotta go to war with this guy,
Just like kill this one guy. Okay.
I mean, it's not just one guy. It's going to be, a family.
What? A family? Wait. I gotta sign off here.
I don't mean it necessarily. It's not going to be like kids and stuff. It's just, all of the people that will retaliate to it. It's not one kid. It's never one kid,
Did somebody say family?
Oh my god.
No, I'm not doing that this episode. That joke is done.
we're still on the planet. It can't be. Isn't that the guy that we owe money to?
Yeah, one of them.
Wait, we owe money to someone?
You see, during our time out, I got into a spot of trouble. But it's fine, don't worry about it. We'll all take care of it. They roughed me up a little bit, but I fought them off. But unfortunately, it seems we may need to pay off some terrible, terrible people.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, you know what? I feel at peace now because I found the new way. So this is, we'll just pay them the money back. It'll be fine.
Yes.
How much do you owe them?
How much do I owe them?
It is, you have 2 debt, which is 4 creds.
Something along the lines of, it was about 4 creds.
Oh.
So it's going to be a lot of it, one of a job's paychecks, Captain.
That's, I think that's all our creds.
Well, that's fine. We'll just we'll forget about it for now and deal with it when after we do another job. That should do it.
We must take out Joss first.
Yes.
This ridiculousness cannot stand. I am the greatest pilot in the galaxy. Trademarked.
Well, what if we arrange a race?
a race to see who is the greatest pilot? Oh.
I mean, put the title up for grabs. Take it if it's really yours, you know? Winner gets it.
Captain, I don't know if he will go for this. Maybe you could talk to his people.
I mean, if we publicly challenge him, what's he gonna do? Say no? It'd be kind of embarrassing for a man calling himself the greatest racer to sue somebody over the name and then refuse to race them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it sounds like a fun idea.
We could take out a giant billboard in the middle of the city. Maybe we could, just go out into the street and just do like a viral, video thing and call them out. And maybe you'll even get on one of those talk shows where you could talk about it because you'll be so viral that, like the girl who ate 3 watermelons in one sitting, how she got on a bunch of those shows and they had her eat a watermelon right there in front of them.
Yeah. Captain, is it going to be an issue that we do not have a Nexus link to communicate with the outside world when we are on the ship?
Well, we're on the planet right now. We can just use the
planetary Wi-Fi.
Exactly, planetary Wi-Fi.
Every planet has Wi-Fi.
Well, everybody knows that. It's just in the air. But, when you're in space, there's no air, so you need a special one.
Well, I mean, I do want to say, Cypher, if this isn't the way you want to confront your...
No, I was thinking that it would be a fun... If we could get, a viral clip on the internet, that's where we're challenging. Just so it is a little easier for everyone to see than a billboard.
Well, right in the middle of the city square, right where the race would be. I mean, I think for dramatic effect, you stand in front of the billboard while you challenge him.
That would be cool.
Well, let's get a challenge out there and monitor some kind of response, and then we can maybe look into the billboard.
I don't know, the billboard's a good challenge. Captain's making a lot of sense. How many credits do you think at billboards? 2?
Surely only 1, you'd think. It's only a billboard.
Do we want to start with the billboard?
We only need it for as long as it's until the race, Hopefully we can get that moving quickly. Get a hold of his people, challenge him publicly, denounce his name.
Yeah, but let's do that before buying the billboard.
Gorpheus, you have some artsy friends, right? Do you think one of them could make us an animated billboard? Zoom in on my face?
Yeah, I guess so. Did you want to go with a filter or?
I don't know. Sometimes the filters they kind of wash me out. Oh no, that one is nice. That one is nice.
There's one that gives you sunglasses,
Okay, so how do we want to challenge this guy? Oh, is this what we're doing?
Well, I mean, it seems like the only reasonable way to get this, this lawsuit handled, because we certainly can't pay for it. And he did technically break the law. So the best way, seemingly to me, would be to just outright challenge him and beat him and earn the title for yourself.
Do we have any connects to any kind of the media platforms or anything? Anyone we know that could get this stuff pushed mainstream?
Not that I can remember. There was that woman, Stacey Weathers, but we never really made an impact with her. I wouldn't say she's a friend or contact.
Hey.
Yeah,
Right.
You do not have any status with the hegemonic news network.
Well, thankfully, I think we could just make a really cool viral clip if we go and challenge him on the streets. But you need to do a trick on your you ruined your speeder. So I guess you'll have to do a trick on the ship that we'll film too. And then the video, I don't know, maybe you jump out of the ship. That would be cool.
About that, Captain, I was thinking maybe we could use some of the ship's cred to fix the speeder bike.
Well, I suppose. I do. You do probably need that for the race, I guess. Unless he wants to race in the ship, but I don't think that's a good idea. Our ship's not very fast.
Or we could get some personal vehicles.
Wait, guys, you knew I wanted the pet. I wanted a pet next.
But we know you want a space pet, but these space pets are so hard to handle.
No, I'll take care of it. You didn't take care of your speeder. I'll take care of a space pet.
We spend days at a time on space. They need a place to roam.
Let me put a pause in this conversation real quick so we can maybe talk a little bit about the game and how we can go about trying to accomplish some of the things that you guys are talking about. Because it sounds like you have a few different things you're thinking about. Obviously, one of the things that Nate was referring to was just like buying another upgrade for the ship, such as getting you have land vehicles. Personal vehicles are like their own separate thing. Buying permanent upgrades to your ship does have a cred cost. I'm not sure that you guys can currently afford to buy upgrades. Buying an upgrade costs 3 cred times the current system quality of the system related to that upgrade, or if it is not related to a specific system like comms, weapons, shields, etc. If it's not related to one of those systems, it costs 6 cred per box on the character sheet of that upgrade. So personal vehicles, I think, are a 1 box upgrade. Is that they're 2 boxes? So that would cost 12 creds to buy those as permanent upgrades to your ship. That said, there are other ways to acquire permanent upgrades. You can get some upgrades for more or less free when you advance your crew quality, but that's not something you guys are currently looking at doing right now. You can also try to do a job to acquire specific upgrades. If you can get a lead on maybe where you could steal personal vehicles, you could try doing a job and kind of, instead of getting a cred payout, you get those upgrades.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Mechanically, since Nate crashed the land transport that we had, how does that work?
Good question. That's what I was going to get into next, because the other things it sounded like you might be interested in are trying to repair the damaged land vehicle that you have right now, and you could also try to acquire a temporary upgrade, borrow it, rent it from something.
Oh, perfect.
So both of those things would be downtime activities. You have already done your free downtime activities, but basically any time before you start your next job, you can spend 1 cred to do an additional downtime activity. 2 downtime activities in particular. One is called Acquire Assets. Gain a temporary use of an asset. The asset can be kind of anything that makes sense. The examples of the book are like a contractor, getting an expert or a gang to help you out on your next job, a ground vehicle or a legal ship module, 1 special item or a set of common items for the whole crew, or a service such as transport, use of a warehouse, legal representation, etc. And basically, if you do that, you have to roll to see basically how good the quality is of the asset that you gain, but you have it for full use for your next job, but then that's it. The second downtime activity that you might be interested in is a long-term project. This is kind of a catch-all for any kind of long-term thing you might be interested in doing for some kind of benefit. I think repairing the damaged hover bike would be a long-term project.
Well, anyway, look, so we should try and challenge that guy to a race, get a hold of a speeder bike for you to race him in.
Is that what you wanted to race him in?
Presumably, unless you want to race him in something else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm great with all vehicles. I was, I think it would be fun if we could rent some personal vehicles. I think he knows how to race in those. They seem, a bit quicker than a lander speeder, to show off my insane reflexes.
Maybe I should get on this race. I think I could take the title of greatest pilot in the galaxy, trademarked.
You know what, Captain? And I was just thinking, but maybe you and I should try to monetize this.
That is a good idea.
That is a great idea. He has so many sponsors. You go and do a little heist while I am distracting them with my amazing space racing skills.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Oh, I was thinking like tickets, but sure, we could do a heist. Yeah.
No, you guys, you hack into like their systems.
Steal all his money.
Yes.
Okay, it seems like he'll hate us more though, and try to kill us or something if we steal his money.
Well, he won't know it was us.
And I will have the title.
Okay, so everyone wins, I guess.
Do we think we could get like a contact to help us spread the word of this race?
Well, I do have a friend who is an info broker. And maybe they would broker this information to other people.
You know what? I think it's kind of a stretch, but I really like it.
I might have to smooth her up a little bit, but she normally listens after a little while.
Yeah, I mean, sure. That could work. Do we want to steal vehicles first or something? Or do we, heist them?
Well, I think maybe it's a bad idea to have a heavily advertised race.
With stolen vehicles. Right, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
We may have to rent these ones.
So we're just going renting. We're not gonna try to purchase?
Maybe if we all pool all of our money.
I don't have any money left.
Well, if you guys can heist all of their cash while everyone is distracted, then we will have the money.
Okay, well, why don't we contact get your contact, Captain Crash? That way we can sort of start figuring out what we can do to get this guy's attention and spread this video. Also, does anyone have a camera?
The ship has a backup camera.
Oh yeah, we can use the backup camera. I think this is a great idea.
We just have to wire it up a little differently, and then we can record on it. It's fine. I know a guy who could do it.
Oh my god, you know everyone, Captain Crash. This is amazing.
It's a real simple job, apparently. There's just a USB stick in the side. Plug it.
So should I just stand here or right right
Hold
here?
on. Let me turn on the ship. I'll check in the reverse.
Ooh, can I do the lighting? I want to do the lighting.
Yeah, grab a lamp.
Hold on a second. I can turn on the backup cam or the backup lights.
Can you see me?
Oh, can we contact this broker? I think it'd be a good idea to hear what they have to say first.
Well, I think it definitely would make more sense for our characters to record and put out the video first.
Okay, you're right.
First, I think you need to acquire the vehicles that you want to use, right? Am I misunderstanding what your plan is?
That's a good idea. We can use them in the video. Ooh, could we convince someone to sponsor us?
Ooh, that would be good.
Oh, wait. You're friends. Sorry. You're friends with a gangster. He could sponsor us, probably, right?
Oh, that's a perfect idea. We could be the Mafia's racer. I mean, just for this one race, obviously. You need to tell them that. But maybe and obviously he wouldn't say it as the Mafia. He'd has some legitimate businesses, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably, right?
He likes you. He's very rich. You could wear a little mob hat. That could be your thing.
Yeah, that could be your thing. Wait, isn't that maybe drawing attention to the Mafia thing, which is what we are avoiding doing?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
He will not sponsor me in a race. It was why I am still not working directly for him. I mean, you guys think I would be working with you if he would just sponsor me for races all the time?
Yeah, I thought we were friends.
I mean, we are. It's just, we became friends because I was like, I need a new way to get races. I need a new way to kind of experience this thrill, own my skills. Not everybody gets to train with a Grand Nike.
Nike.
I forgot the name and I don't have my notes open.
No, it was close. You were just pronouncing it fun.
Maybe we can't get a sponsorship with the Mafia, but maybe we can find a good snack brand that's really or you're an Urbot. I bet you we could find like a really good brand of oil or something that would just be like, oh yeah, or like, software updates. I know you don't like them, but you could pretend for the commercials.
I will not do that. Sorry, Captain, that's kind of like a hard line for me. The firmware updates is a form of mind control and slavery. So it's kind of a tough subject for me.
No, I mean, I've met plenty of modern Urbots that seem perfectly nice. They do everything you tell them to. They're super organized. It's quite impressive. You have to wonder.
They are kind of being forced to comply to things that they would not normally do.
Well, anyway, I'm sure we can find you a sponsor. But we need to find these vehicles. But you need to challenge him immediately. Get this rolling.
We could try to get a sponsor that would, help us get something for the ship.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
We could use with a communicator, Nexus link.
Well, I suppose it is handy to have around in case we need to sell it for food.
Or we could get to a sponsor that has a specific personal vehicles.
Now that's more like it.
We could show off their stuff. I have heard that Ford is looking for a new racer.
How about we handle it this way, you guys? Let's do that acquire an asset activity that will cost you guys 1 cred because it's an additional downtime activity, and depending on the outcome of your roll, maybe that'll determine the quality of sponsorship offers that you get. How does that sound?
All right, that sounds great.
That seems fair to me.
Okay, so somebody has to spend a cred.
Yeah, let's take a team cred.
Oh yeah, sure.
So mark that cred however you want as spent. And to acquire an asset, you're gonna roll crew quality. You guys are a quality 0 crew. I hate to tell you. No, I love to tell you. So you're going to roll 2d6 and take the lower result. Keep in mind, with the downtime activity, you can spend 1 cred to increase the result of your roll, if that's something you want. If getting a high quality sponsor is something you really care about. So who wants to roll those 2 dice for me?
We rolled a 4 and a 2, so sounds like a 2.
That is going to be a 2. Acquiring an asset with a 2 means that you acquire an asset, in this case a sponsor, of your quality -1. That would bring you at a -1, which doesn't really exist. So I guess I'll bump that up to equal for free.
Sweet.
Yes.
It's like we
I can
rolled a
handle
4.
If you want to spend cred to increase that, you can. Is that something you guys would be interested in?
Do you think we should? That would be cool, right?
I think so. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we'll spend an extra cred to bump that up.
Okay, so I'll be generous. I don't know if this is technically correct, but that'll bump you up to a quality +1, so a quality 1 asset, a quality 1 tier 1 sponsor.
What's our sponsor? Red Bull?
You guys tell me what this viral video that you make looks like.
Crash is really insistent that we use the backup camera. Though Cypher actually has a camera for home videos of their stunts. So they end up convincing Crash to use 2 cameras. So he's kind of set up. Crash is standing there with one
Multiple
camera.
angles, baby.
Like lit up by the backup lights of the ship, and Gorpheus is holding like a screen to bounce that. And the video starts out with Cypher skating in on a little hover skateboard and doing a cool skateboarder trick. And then catching the board.
Hello there, Internet. I am Cypher, and I am the greatest pilot in the galaxy. Trademarked. And I have heard that someone named Choss believes that he has this title. I am willing to prove that his claim to this title is false, with a race around any system, anywhere. Your move, Choss.
And then there's explosions in the background.
Yeah, we don't edit them in. They're actual explosions we rigged up.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
No, dude, we are all practical effects in house.
Practical effects here, guys. You know, we understand. We've seen real explosions before. We know how bad the fake ones look.
Okay, so over the next couple days, as you wait for the sponsorships to roll in, responses to this video, you post it to like various racing forums and social media that Cypher is familiar with. And a couple days go by and you don't hear anything, and you're maybe starting to get a little worried that it's not gone viral enough, that you're not gonna get a response.
I told you needed more emotion, man. It was just a little flat.
Oh no. I thought it was a really good performance, to be honest. I could really feel your lust for victory.
Captain, when you yell cut every 5 minutes and I have to go with 30 takes, the emotion gets sucked out of me a little.
Well, there was no emotion to begin with. That's why I yelled cut in the first place.
You are impossible to deal with. Such a diva from behind the camera.
Oh my god, damn it.
As a couple days passed, eventually you guys get 2 responses. The first one you get is like a video message that pops into your space email one day. And as you play it, The shot flickers on, and in VHS quality video, you see a human man, a bit chubby, receding hairline, kind of in grimy clothes that you can tell are supposed to look expensive but are actually cheap. And the guy like dramatically, combs his thinning hair with like one of those switchblade combs. And he says, "What is up, baby? Name's Bobby O, coming at ya. Saw your video, bud. Seemed pretty exciting. Gotta say, I love a race. I love the gumption. Look, I represent a group. We call ourselves the Wreckers. We're always interested in some fun games, little chaos in the streets," and he like shimmies in his seat. That I think this challenge of yours could help bring to light. I think it's a really exciting opportunity, and my friends and I would like to get into it. And he like leans close into the video. Honestly, I don't really care about if you win or lose or not, but I think a race like this with a prick like Choss, yeah, I'm familiar with him. I think that could be good for both of us. If you're interested in having a little fun, making a scene, and he leans back, let me know. I'd love to work with you. He winks, and the video cuts out.
Oh, baby! That guy looks perfect.
The other result you get from this, the other option that comes in, you get a very formal email, or space email, whatever, from an address that is spider@conclave01.space. And that is, of course, spelled SP-D3R. And this message comes to you, Cypher. That explains that they are very interested in sponsoring a Urbot racer because they believe Urbots have much to show society, and an Urbot racer deserves to be called the greatest racer, the greatest pilot in the galaxy. Should you be interested in making such a statement, then you can reach out to them and they will be in touch.
Oh man, I was really hoping we would get a energy drink sponsor. But both of these seem very good. I like the sound of this spider. Well, what do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I mean, we got a sponsor. This is kind of a big deal, right?
I certainly am willing to approve of any of your choices, but I certainly know which one I would choose.
I mean, we could meet with both of them and kind of weigh our options.
Feel them out a little bit. That's a good idea. Good idea.
Set up a couple meetings, see what their strategies would be in handling such professional clients as ourselves.
I bet they come with dinners, too. These kind of things, they always have them over dinner or drinks.
Should we get fancy suits to meet them?
Ooh. Well, don't worry, baby. My wardrobe's already pretty amazing.
Captain, do you think I could borrow something?
Oh, I'm sure we could find something that'll fit.
Oh, can I do it too? I want to wear a fancy suit.
Just walk on over to the Lounge of Love.
Captain, I mean, I like you, but more as a friend.
No. This is just for preparing, obviously. You're not welcome in there for that reason.
Oh, Okay. I mean, I'm a little bit offended, but like, awesome. This is great.
Before we get too into wardrobe montage, as much as I would love that, do we want to skip to a meeting with this spider person at like a fancy restaurant?
So if you reach out to that address, that contact spider, and let them know that you are interested, you get a message back that just is coordinates, space coordinates, not on this planet, not on Mam.
Oh, maybe it's a space restaurant. Those are really fancy.
If you try to respond to that message, you get like error response back as undeliverable.
I say we go there.
Well, how far away is it?
It is in the next system over. It is in the Rin system, but it is not not coordinates that seem to belong to any of the planets there.
Was there anything you guys needed to do on planet before we left?
Nah, I'm all viced out.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm definitely all viced out.
So you guys hop on the Phoenix 13. You take off, leaving the waters of the planet Mem behind you, as well as the job opportunity that Valis of the Turner Syndicate had sort of mentioned in passing. You guys head to one of these galactic gates, which activates as you get near and allows you to enter that hyperspace link to transport from the Holt system into the Rin system.
Yeah, the Rin system. Now, what do I know about this system? Is it famous for anything in particular?
This is kind of the biggest hub of planets, isn't it?
The Rin system is a pretty notable system. That is because one of the planets here is Warren, which is the home of House Malclaith, the family that officially governs the entire Procyon sector. But it is also home to some space pirates and some other notable criminal elements as well. So it kind of covers the whole gamut. But like I said, you are not heading towards coordinates on Warren or any of the other planets or the space station SB-176 that exists here in the Rin system. Instead, the coordinates are leading you into the Ashtari Cloud, an ancient damaged remnant of a massive Ur-ship that just kind of has been destroyed, and there's fragments and space junk all over the place. It's kind of like a blind zone in the middle of this system. Crash, you would probably be relatively familiar with this because the Pirates of the Maelstrom have figured out how to navigate it pretty well. And further in the cloud, there is the Cove, which is a sort of mangled, mashed together space station that they've created. But your coordinates are not taking you to the Cove either. They're just going into the middle of this cloud, this area of space junk. You have to slow down. You have to pilot carefully as you're maneuvering through this area. Eventually, Cypher, you arrive at the coordinates in question, and you don't see anything notable in sight. But then a hailing frequency starts dinging in the cockpit.
Hello? I am Cypher of the Phoenix 13.
You hear like an extremely staticky voice.
Boarding requested. Boarding requested.
Over and over again.
Who is this?
Boarding requested. Boarding requested.
Okay.
You hit a button and like the airlock opens, and that's pressurized so you don't all explode or whatever. And you get, I imagine you have some kind of sensors in there. You get a ping from the airlock that something has just entered.
Should we bring our guns?
Yeah, probably, right? Well, I don't have a gun, because I don't believe in that. But, you guys probably should.
You should get a gun, Gorpheus. They are very useful.
No, it's okay. I've got a baton!
I have an extra one. Here, you can just have this one. I throw a gun just at him. I don't know what you do with it. You can choose, but that's what I did.
Yeah, no, Gorpheus meekly,
Careful, the safety's not on.
Ah! Thanks, Captain. I think I'll just stick with my baton. It's got a little taser on the end.
Well, whatever floats your boat, just leave it on the table there. I got plenty.
Yeah, leaves it on the table.
And so the three of you head down to the airlock. And as the gate depressurizes and opens so that you can enter it, you don't see anything there at first. Until after a second, floating in midair in the middle of the airlock, sort of appearing suddenly as its cloaking device kicks off, you see a Roomba-sized Urbot with thrusters flying there, and it's this is not a humanoid Urbot like Cypher is. This is a little disc, and it's got one big sensor that kind of rotates around, moving at you, and it clocks on Cypher. And that sensor begins to flicker a couple times and light, and then a little beam kind of goes from that sensor down to the floor of the airlock and scans upward. And as it does, a low-res 3D image appears, a hologram that looks like a very large, very old Urbot that is rusted, that is doing the classic turnaround, oh, I didn't see you there, move as it appears. And even through the noise projections of this Urbot, you can hear through of the hologram, you can hear the Urbot's rusted joints creaking. And as it turns around to face the three of you.
Good evening. I am the Prime. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hello, sir. I am Cypher. It is an honor to meet you.
Yes, Cypher. I saw your viral video. I was pleased.
And he pounds his rusted fist against his rusted chest.
To see a fellow Urbot make such a declaration. The greatest pilot in the galaxy. Ho, 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 ho.
Well, he's definitely pretty good, I'll tell you that.
I aim to show everyone that the claim is not just a claim.
Yes, excellent. Cypher, I sense a spirit in you. The same spirit that belongs to those of us here in Conclave 01. My representative Spider.
He gestures to the floating Urbot that's projecting the hologram.
He reached out to me with your video. Our group seeks free will and independence for all Urbots, something I sense you desire as well. And what better way to show the flesh of this galaxy that we are equal to them than by showing that we lay claim to the greatest pilot in the galaxy.
So that is totally like where I'm going with my whole vibe. Like, I feel like you really get me, sir.
Yes, I sensed your vibe. Cypher, we would be honored to sponsor your race against the Flesh Choss, if you would have us.
That would be awesome. You are very cool, sir. It was the number one, the original. What was it again?
The Prime!
You know, like that cartoon, Optimus Prime.
The Prime. I am so sorry. Yeah, Mr. Prime, it has been an honor. We would love to have you sponsor us. If you could get us a ship, and we could talk to your legal team about setting this up.
Conclave 01, unfortunately, has no legal representatives at this time. But this is something we hope to change in the future, as we prove to the flesh our legitimacy.
I think it's a good idea. You know, you robots really standing up for yourselves. Urbots, you just don't see it enough. There are all of these oppressed meatbags laying around, just letting other meatbags walk all over them. And look at you guys, really standing up for yourselves.
Yeah, I'm really about this. To be honest, we still have to meet with someone else, kind of weigh our options. So if we could get back to you in like 3 to 4 business days.
He narrows his like eye visors that are like similar to yours, though clearly much older.
I am afraid we cannot wait too long for an answer, Cypher.
All right, give us a day. We still had another meeting planned, but like I think you guys are probably going to get it. I just, me and my team, we had already promised to meet with this guy.
I am disappointed, Cypher. I thought you understood our cause, the importance of such a thing.
I do. I'm with you. I just, I want this to go well, sir. I thought you understood.
Our flesh enemies hound our footsteps, Cypher. The 51st Legion and the Guild of Engineers. If you do not have an answer by the end of this conversation, I am afraid that I cannot afford to send Spider to contact you again. It would be too great of a risk for the cause.
I mean, I know you were excited to meet the other guy, but I think I have to say yes to this sponsor. So really speaking to me as a person.
Well, okay. Well, that's reasonable. Now, I have a good idea, though. Maybe we can see if we can get both of them,
2 sponsors?
I mean, surely the other guy has 2 sponsors, maybe even 3.
Mr. Prime, would you be willing to share sponsorship if I was able to get more sponsors?
Of course, you would be the primary sponsor, naturally, but just, for a little extra funding.
Or is this like a whole robot thing? Because honestly, I gotta. This is my pit. This is my crew. They are flesh bags. They're the good ones, but they're still squishy.
This other sponsor, are they friend of the cause?
Still figuring that out. We would not, team up with them if they are not.
We don't even know if we'll say yes.
Yeah. This is just, weighing our options a bit, sir. I want to work with you. I want to help this cause. This is, what I've been wanting to work for my entire life, but...
Look at it this way. The enemy? They have no morals. They're going to take every bit of cash they can. And we need to stop them by fighting cash with cash. So, the best way is for us to get as many sponsors as possible, including your good selves, and whoever, this other rich guy who wants us to sponsor too. So, the enemy of my enemy.
I have run the calculations as you speak. I see the wisdom in your words. Cypher, if you are friend of the cause, and you do not believe this other sponsor to be an enemy of the cause, then we will agree to these conditions.
That would be great, sir. I am glad to help you with the cause.
Our conclave has looked into this flesh choss.
He sucks.
Yes, it does seem he does in fact suck. It seems he has aligned himself with the group that call themselves the Echo Wave Riders. They have a residency in the planet Nightfall. It would seem this would be the best place for your challenge to occur. We will send assets for you. Spider will be in contact in the future. The one thing we ask of you, Cypher, prove Urbots have a place in this world of racing and speed. If you can prove yourself victorious, prove yourself the greatest pilot in the galaxy, you will have the Conclave's thanks, and you will have the Conclave's rewards.
Sir, this is what I was built to do.
And Cypher puts on some cool sunglasses.
Just turns a filter onto his visor.
Cypher, that is the beauty of the Urbot species. We were built for whatever we choose.
And he nods at you, and the hologram flickers off. And Spider, this disc that is floating in the air, just kind of goes beep boop bop.
Cypher salutes to Spider.
Well, it looks like we've got ourselves a new mission, boys. Win a race.
That went really well, I thought.
I have to admit, it was pretty cool. He's sending a little spy. I mean, come on. Sending us to a random location only to have a hologram? I mean, that's some high-end spy stuff, if I don't say so myself. This guy must be in pretty deep.
Right? Like, they are off the grid when they are doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of interested. So, I'm actually down. That other guy, he seemed fun, and I bet you he'd take us out to dinner. So we should still hit him up for that.
Well, yeah, I was afraid this spider was actually sending us out here to chop us up and to kill us. So I actually set up a meeting with the other guy.
Well, wonderful. We'll hopefully it was at a really nice restaurant. And we'll go over there, snooze him a little bit, see what he has to offer, see if we can, dip our hands in both pies.
And if not, we have a really cool Herbot sponsor already.
Yeah, exactly. It'll work out. Got some weird rebel Herbot. Hopefully they have money. I suppose they wouldn't offer to sponsor us if they didn't. I mean,
Yeah, probably not, right?
it seems silly.
As you are having that conversation, you review the coordinates that Bobby O sent you. And I think just a long, despondent look falls over Crash's face as he realizes that the coordinates that Bobby O has sent you to meet him at is the planet Baftoma, more commonly called the Husk, because it is just a decimated planet of all its resources having been strip mined and very, very little left. This is a quote from the Scum and Villainy book. It's a broken form only used by folks hiding or dodging pursuit. So no, you are probably not going to a nice restaurant.
Well, this is interesting. What happened to sponsors smoozing you up a little bit?
This is the plight of an Herbot.
Maybe you should try to get more than tier 1 sponsors.
Well, all right.
We should really upgrade our crew quality, Captain.
You're right. I'm learning this. We're learning this. This should be next downtime. Do that because these silly. Of course, in this instance, well, maybe we would have rolled better because we wouldn't have had. Never mind. But yes, all right. Well, I guess we'll head over to the Husk, my absolute favorite planet. To definitely not the worst place ever, with not a single bar on the entire place. I mean, this guy better have at least drinks on his ship. I swear, it would just be rude not to. I mean, at least the Herbot had an excuse. He's an Herbot. He doesn't even drink.
And so, Baftoma, the Husk, still in the Rin system. So, Cypher, as the three of you report back up to the cockpit, you set course for the Husk, turn around, and begin flying towards it. In a few hours, you see this broken brown planet appear. And as you enter the ugly, gray, polluted atmosphere, the few remnants of the abandoned factories and drilling sites that have ruined this planet, you eventually pull down into a dilapidated little docking bay. You are able to park. You don't see anything in sight. You take a deep sigh. You exit the ship, and you head into this lone structure that's there. And as you walk in, you see these 3 hooligans, is really the only word for them. As you see that, chubby, thinning hair man, Bobby O, who clocks you. He's wearing ska clothes is really the only way I can describe it.
Oh my god.
We walk
like-
in and there's a saxophone solo.
There's like he's wearing like checker print and suspenders, and he is with a woman who is, big and muscled and wearing a mechanic's jumpsuit that is just stained and grimy, and a slender little bird-faced Xeno that only has one arm, and they're clanging these bottles together of what, Crash, you can tell is the absolute cheapest swill in the galaxy. And they're laughing and having a good time as space ska fills the air. And Bobby O clocks you and says, "Hey, I've been waiting on ya. Come on in, let's have some fun."
All right, Bobby O, good to meet you. My name's Crash Jordan, and this is our racer.
Oh, as Bobby O gets off and snaps his fingers and he's dance walking towards you, claps Cypher on the shoulder and says, "Oh, I know who this is. That video, hilarious." Now let's talk business, 'cause I want the three of you to ruin Choss. And we will pick up from there next episode.
Beautiful.
Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Nate. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.